Hey guys, good morning. Coach Mike here. How are you? I've got to fix my cord here. How are you, man? Good to be with everyone today. Happy Thursday. And I'm excited because we've got our live event this weekend. We have a reception tonight. And we've got Saturday and Sunday of growth and expansion, and our Friday and Saturday of growth and expansion. And these are all folks that have been through our program that want more. What does it tell you when, 85% of people give us, rave reviews, that people that come in and stick to the work, and 60% of them want more. They keep enrolling in the year long and things like that. It tells you that we've got something pretty good going on here. And so this is going to be an uncomfortable Facebook Live because I'm really pissed. And it's not pretty. So something happened this week that, something happened several weeks ago that I became aware of this week, and it is unsettling. And I'm going to tell you that story here. And it's unsettling to me for a variety of reasons that I'm going to tell you on this video. And it's a really, really dark story of, good morning, Tim. Hey, you just landed in Chicago, buddy. I can't wait to see you. One of the rock stars, he's in town. I just felt the shift, and a shift of good energy just expanding. So, excuse me. I don't know why my voice, I talk all week. That's probably why my voice. I'm in the mental health space, right? And it's funny because no matter who, like I was in the dentist office. I have Invisalign, if you can see, I'm straightening out some lower teeth, but I was in the dentist office the other day, and this is not the traumatic, the unnerving story that I'm going to tell you. But I was in a dentist office the other day, and so what do you do? Coach, you're a coach, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a behavioral coach. I have programs to eliminate anxiety, depression, stress, burnout, fatigue, any mental gremlins. We clear them out once and for all. We don't manage them, we clear them out. Oh, so you're a life coach. I want to be a life coach. Oh, you're a dental hygienist. What training have you had? I get a kick out of it. Everybody thinks they understand the mind. Everybody thinks they understand the brain. Why? Because they listen to conventional, doctors in mental health. They have not cracked the code on the mind and emotions and the brain, and they're drug dealers half the time. The psychiatrists, anyway. There's some really good therapists out there that really have their head in the right space and are really trying to help people. And other ones are just they're teaching what they've learned. But the psychiatrists are the ones that I want to go after. We've got a facility in the Chicago area here. It's in Lamont. And I know 3 or 4 people have come to my program that have been there. And they've been handed prescriptions for 6, 7 different prescription drugs, which I'm going to get to in this deal. It's legalized drug dealing. That's all it is. You can't cure this shit. This emotional toxicity, the anxiety, the stress. You can't cure it with a drug, right? Which we're going to talk a lot about today. We'll talk about it now because a drug is a drug. If you're taking something so you can get through the day, if you're taking something to make you feel different, you're self-medicating. You're using drugs. So whether it's a Wellbutrin, Buspar, any type of benzo, whether it's what do they call it? Prozac, Zoloft, Ambien to sleep, gummies to sleep. You're smoking pot, doing coke, ecstasy, right? Heroin, meth, you name the freaking drug, alcohol. If you're self-medicating, because you have to have 3 or 4 or 5 beers at night to calm down or relax, or you're drinking excessively. Have the psychiatrist or the therapist that's handing out these drugs to you, because they can't put the work in to fix you that we do, and you won't put the work in yourself because you're too lazy or you're ill-informed. Okay, this is where it's going to start getting ugly, and I'm going to tell you this story, and it should wake you the F up. Okay, and if it doesn't, shame on you, and shame on you for everyone counting on you, because it's a crock of shit, and it's got to stop in this country. It is out of effing control. Okay, and I'll tell you what, it hit home for me this week. And I don't get rattled often. I don't get shocked often. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I've helped people get through it all. This story is beyond unnerving to me. And 3 weeks prior, this person to this event was dealing with anxiety and was handed I don't like to drop the F word on camera, so I'm gonna bite my tongue a few times. But if one slips out, I apologize. But at my live event, I drop them all the time. So if you want to hear me drop the F bomb, just come to the live event because we have a lot of fun there, and they're dropped in a fun way. It's a word that you can use in a lot of different contexts. But back to the serious tone, you're self-medicating. It's like this: the Wellbutrin doesn't work. Let's try the other one. Well, it's like the vodka doesn't work. Try gin. How about some beer? Why don't you drink more beer to feel better? It's the same thing. And all the while, your mind is deteriorating. But then when you're putting this powerful narcotic, this drug, this substance in your head, in your body, it messes with your mind a lot of times, just like drinking. Do you ever see a person drink that they can't control their alcohol? Or they get their personality changes, right? They either become happy, right? Or they become chaotic or toxic or leads to DUIs. Someone says, don't drink and drive. Well, don't take prescription drugs and drive. Don't take prescription drugs, period. But you're going to try to parent and live and function while you're self-medicating. Wake the F up. Okay, so let me tell you about a little story that hit home with me. It's somebody I know, not a close friend, but I know very well. And I know their family very well. And she knows what I do very well. She's referred people to me. Okay, and I see this person frequently, and she's referred people to me that have done really well in my program, and to the point where she's like, "That's amazing! I can't believe how you get well." Apparently, this person was dealing with some extreme anxiety, and I can usually smell the anxiety, man. I could see it in the way they speak, and I don't judge and analyze. I help, but there's signs, man. If they're jittery, they can't focus. If they'll make, mention that they can't sleep at night, or I'll see them fidgeting a lot, or they wear it on their face sometimes, right? Not in a bad way. I had extreme anxiety 20 years ago, man. I was the poster child for panic attacks or tingling in my hands and my arms. You guys know my story, so I understand it. But I also understand where it comes from, and most importantly, I understand how to get rid of it, and it's not the frickin' drugs, okay? And if you're taking a drug, you're lazy, especially if you know that somebody like me is out there. And if you're committed, we can get you through it. So you're a lazy self-medicator. Shame on you. And just because your doctor says it, right, doesn't make it right. Any moron doctor or psychiatrist that's handing out prescriptions every day because somebody has anxiety is an idiot. Pure and simple. And challenge me, guys. Come on, I'll do a Facebook Live with all of you. Okay, because you're wrong. Okay, and while you sit at your country clubs and in your mansions, getting the annuity on the $150 a month you're getting from the 500 people you have on prescription drugs, you're a drug dealer. You do nothing to help these people. Nothing. You talk them for 20 minutes and you give them a frickin' drug. You're an idiot. Okay, and if you're a person who's listening to that when you know something like this is out there, there's another answer, then shame on you. Put the frickin' work in. Invest a little money, put your time in, and do the work and solve the problem, because you got people in your life counting on you, right? Your kids. Like this story I'm about to tell you, tragic story, okay? And what these kids are going to have to deal with for the future. So this person's dealing with extreme anxiety, knows I exist, talks to me frequently, okay? Not a close friend, but an acquaintance, right? I'll leave it at that. And knows my family, knows everybody, and refers clients dealing with this extreme anxiety, and goes to a doctor. Now, I don't know if one has something to do with the other, but when the mind deteriorates, whether it's from the prescription drugs or just because when you're in anxiety, when you're in depression, when you're in stress, when you're in burnout and fatigue, when you're in this hell, you deteriorate mentally and emotionally. You become fatigued. You become tired, the brain fog, the black cloud forms. Then it turns into even sadness or depression, lethargy. You don't really care anymore. You can't see the way out. Okay, and now here's when the deep, dark thoughts start coming. Now you throw in a drug, who knows? Just throw a dart. Who knows? And I'm not talking about if somebody's going to hurt somebody, or somebody's dealing with like schizophrenia or something psychotic or something that they need to be hospitalized and or medicated because they're going to do something themselves or others. That's different. I'm talking about emotional stuff, stress, anxiety, depression. Everybody wants to be bipolar. Everybody's got ADHD. They wear it like a freaking badge. Look at me. I can't focus. I got ADHD, so I can't pay attention to your conversation. Wake up. Okay? Because you're teaching your kids how to have ADHD. You're affecting them. The subconscious mind's a recorder, and it records everything. So if you're a stressed out worrier, chronic, over the top, manic worrier, you're teaching your kids to be the same. So you're putting a freaking label on them, and you're giving a hard stamp that that's what they're going to be for their life. Wake up. Did you bring them in this world to give them that? No, then fix it, and then fix them. Okay, if you're looking for somebody, he's yelling at you right now. Okay, so this person was dealing with this anxiety, and it started to become out of control, and they were leaving work, and they were, just not able to function, and they were getting more fatigued. And here's the doctor now, gives them the prescription. I don't even know what it was. Still digging a little bit. And now, a week and a half into it, because it takes about 10 days to really get into the system and start working its magic, right? The self-medicators that are taking this stuff, that are trusting the idiots that are handing it out. And no offense to you therapists who I love, that are doing God's work out there. I love you, and I know that's who you are. I'm talking about these moron shrinks that are handing out these prescriptions after 20 minutes. Or anyone, even the primary care guys out there. Send them to somebody that knows how to get rid of it. If you don't know, don't hand them a drug. Lazy. Bullshit. Okay, you're dealing with people's lives. I know one guy, Bill, who was the happiest guy in the world, but going through a divorce. So he happened to be talking to his, doctor, and I'm a little bummed out. Wife's leaving me, blah blah blah. Well, here, take this. A week later, he walked in front of a train. This guy loved life, and I like. You don't think one has to do with the other? Okay. And hey, Corey, how are you, buddy? I'm a little pissed right now, but I'll get back to you. So she starts taking these, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever, taking these drugs. And all of a sudden, she can't sleep at night. She's bouncing off the walls. And husband says, hey, what's going on? I can't sleep. Can't function. I can't shut my mind off. At 2:30 in the morning, waking every, can't stop. So before husband leaves for work, says, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. You sure? Okay, yeah, I'm better. I'm okay. Husband leaves for work. She tries to kill one of the kids, 2 kids, tries to kill one of them, and then literally tries to commit suicide by jumping off a bridge. And didn't. Okay. I know this person well. I've known him for about a decade. And I know the people I work with people who are depressed, who are suicidal, who are having those deep, dark thoughts. I also work with the most extreme cases of anxiety. Okay, give me that case. I don't shy away from any challenge. Okay, because what life isn't worth it? Okay, so, and now, okay, this woman's life is ruined because she started dealing with anxiety that got out of control. And it always gets out of control in the 40s, 50s. It becomes unmanageable. And that's where most of our the age range of the people that come into our program, late 30s to early 50s, because it's out of control. And they can't function. And they're no longer the person that they used to be. And it comes from a lifetime of practice. Worry, stress, overwhelm, fatigue, burnout, pressure, inadequacy, I'm not good enough. So this person hurls themselves off a bridge onto concrete. Their body is, 4 days, 5 days of surgery, still alive. The kid that was unresponsive is okay, thank God. And the kid is thank God okay. But in talking to the dad this week, I said, these kids are going to deal with this stuff for the rest of their life. And you're going to have to support them, and we're going to have to support them. We're going to have to make sure when they're old enough to realize what happened, it's going to be a traumatic event. And there goes the mind. And that's the stories you never hear. Okay? You never hear all these assholes handing out these drugs. And all these people just self-medicating instead of committing 6 or 8 weeks of your life when you find the right answer. And I'm not saying we're the only answer out there. Maybe I know we're really, really, really good. I don't know anybody that's got the stories we have. Everybody thinks it's like a cult because we've got so many like wonderfully happy stories. Okay, I show one person watching. I hope there's more than one because this is an important video, but I think there's a lot more. And this is everything. It's your freaking life. Flashback to 10 years old. What do you want to be with your life? I'd like to be a stressed out, anxiety, having panic attacks, self-medicating to get through the day person. Are you freaking kidding me? What do you need to do to snap out of your funk, right? And invest some time and some money to fix the most important thing in your life. If you're dealing with stress every day and you're okay with it, shame on you. If you have crippling anxiety, overwhelm, burnout, chaos in your life, and you're okay with it, shame on you. And if you're teaching your kids to be the same, don't think that it won't happen, because it will. And just like every baker in the family, they're going to be better at it than you. Their anxiety will be worse than you can ever imagine, because it gets worse generationally. Everybody thinks, oh, it's a chemical imbalance, all the bullshit that the medical community tells you. Are there people with chemical imbalances? Yes. They're the minority. Okay, the ADHDers, the ADDers, the agoraphobias, the social anxiety, all the same thing but different context. The bipolars, 95% of them are dealing with just consistent emotional stress, trauma, anxiety, depression, pessimism, pressure, inadequacy. And it starts as a kid. And it builds up because the mind is a learning mechanism. It's going to learn from you. So if you don't do anything about it and your life is in chaos, or your kids are struggling because of it, or you're self-medicating, or you're taking something to sleep, you're an idiot. Pure and simple. You're a self-medicating, and if you're by yourself, it's your life. Sorry. Then do what you want. But if you've got people counting on you, employees, or an employer that hired you with the best pretense that you said, I'm going to do the best I can, or you have employees that they have families and they accepted a job with you because you told them it's going to be a great opportunity for them, and you owe it to them to be your best self, to give them every opportunity to make their lives better. What else are we here for? To live in your little cubbyhole and acquire a lot of shit and don't have an impact on anybody? No. You've had a family. Picture the baby you were holding. I'm getting blown up here. I wonder if I'm getting, I don't know who's boxing me, but you owe it to everybody, right, to solve that problem. And picture that baby you were holding at 6 months old or 3 months old. And you said, man, I'm going to give you the world. Okay, I brought you in this world. I love you unconditionally. And watch where we go. And now you're a mess. You owe it to that person you brought in this world to fix the problem. And yes, sell your iPhone if you don't have any money, right? Get a flip phone, right? Sell a computer. Sell all the little toys. It's funny when the people have no money, but they got the Disney ears on, right? This $8,000 vacation. I don't have any money for that. And then their Facebook feed is loaded with restaurants and fast food and concerts and vacations. Your choices are wrong. Anybody knows, right? Talk to the broke person that gets the DUI, right? They've got the money for the lawyer, just like that, because they don't want to go to jail. You've got the money. You'll find the money. You'll get the help. There's nothing more important. Sell your stupid toys that you think you have to depend on. Save the money every month on the social media pages and the bullshit that you think you need, and commit to your life. And I did it. I minimized, I downsized, I got rid of everything, and I fixed me. And it took me a long time, okay, to learn what I teach people now, but I committed. So there's an answer for you. And if you're self-medicating, shame on you. If you've seen this video, if you didn't, you don't know any better, because you're listening to these doctors who you think are doctors, or they are doctors, and you think they're right. We get a $20 billion a year business with prescription drugs. And I want you to think about this person who did that to her son, okay? And I think it certainly had something to do with it, because I know this person well, completely out of it. And this is a person that really tried hard to have babies, but when the stress builds up, your mind changes. I know how much she loved those boys. I know it. And I know something happened, whether it was the constant stress that she never took care of, even without the prescription drug, that's going to deteriorate your mind and your brain, or the drug, or both. I don't know. But if you don't think it's going to happen to you, If you don't think your mind can deteriorate to a deep, dark place, or the panic attack will lead to a stroke, okay, it will. It can. I'm not saying it's gonna. It can. It's going to wreak more damage than you ever know on your health, on your well-being, on your future. You want to know the number one magnet? They don't ever talk about it when they talk about Alzheimer and dementia and all that shit. The number one cause is anxiety, is a mind never shutting off. When you are emotionally turbulent, it's like putting a gas pedal down and never letting up. The engine's going to blow. And if your mind never shuts off, you are a magnet for that mind to start misfiring. What's a misfire? Dementia, Parkinson's, what do they call the, I just said it, I forgot already. You're a magnet for it all. And you're a magnet for physical. If your body's breaking down, it's emotional stress. Unless it's an injury, right? It's emotional stress, always. You got backache, stomach issues, IBS. Watch Sean's video. Watch Debbie Peterson's video on our website. You talk about that. Kelly, my wife, still gets moved every time she watches Debbie was comatose for 15 years on prescription drugs, and they kept sending her to clinic after shock therapy, after bullshit. We got Debbie healthy in 6 weeks, off the drugs in 3. Now, grandma, mom, present, vacations. I watch her Facebook feed. I don't hear from her much anymore. I don't have to. I love her. I mean, say hi anytime she wants, come to our live events. But you have a choice. And if you know now that you've seen this video and you're not doing shit about it, okay, shame on you. And if you're listening to the psychiatrist or you're a psychiatrist that comes across it, come and challenge me. Bring your best. We'll do a Facebook Live, no scripts, no bullshit, and I'll call your ass out live. Okay? And you tell me give me one reason that's valid that you're handing out these drugs to people with anxiety, people that are, the seasonal depressive disorders and all the bullshit. It's all your mind. And it's all a program running in your mind. And you can fix it. But you've got to take it. You got to wake up first. And you've got to value yourself enough, right? I spent money I didn't have on programs. I found the monies. I knew I needed the answer, right? And if you're not smart enough to do it, then find somebody in your life that's going to shake you awake and take action. Because I keep going back 3 weeks ago, how I didn't see it. I saw this person, how I didn't see this, how I missed it. And just casual conversation, how I didn't see it, right? And everyone is affected for the rest of their lives now. And if you know somebody in your life that has depression, shake them, wake them up, and say, I found something for you. And if you need them to, you need to borrow them a little money to get the help, then do it. What's it worth? Or just go on another vacation, buy some more phones and computers and toys and shit. This is the number one thing. And when you fix this, then everything gets better. And if you need proof, there's about 400 testimonials on our website. And wait, okay, because we're going to release about 200 more. Okay, we have nothing but stories and testimonials. And no, it's not a cult. It's waking people up and giving them the tools that to transform their lives. And we don't have to wake these people up. The clients that come to us know, hey man, I need to solve this problem. I've got people counting on me. This is not what I signed up for, and this is not what they signed up for. And this is not what I promised them when I said I do, or welcome to this world. So I need to solve it so I can live as the best version of me and have impact in this world before I leave it. Okay? So wake up. Okay? Sorry for the anger today, but hopefully it gets to you.